So hello everyone. Today we will talk about linear regression. So before I proceed with my discussion, I am Anthony Espina Jr. And with that, let us proceed with our discussion. So what is linear regression? Linear regression is a statistical method that models the relationship between an independent variable and one or more two independent variables. And also, linear regression is uses a linear equation in order to observe the data. So what this means is that linear regression is a way to show or to illustrate the relationship between the independent and independent variable, or linear regression is a way to show the influence of independent variable and dependent variable, or rather, how the independent variable influences the dependent variable. So, continuing, there are two types of linear regression. The first type of linear regression is simple linear regression. So, simple linear regression involves one independent variable predicting a dependent variable. So, there is only one independent variable that influences the dependent variable in simple linear regression. Meanwhile, multiple linear regression involves two or more independent variables predicting a dependent variable. So that's the difference between the simple and multiple linear regression. So this is the general form or general equation of the simple linear regression. It's y equals a plus b times x, where the y is the dependent variable or the outcome, while the a is the y-intercept or the constant, plus b, which is the slope or the rate of change, and the x is the independent variable or the particular in this case. So in order to show the relationship or how the independent variable affects the dependent variable, we will use a graphical illustration which is called scatter plot. So scatter plot is a graph that shows the relationship between two numerical variables and plotting points on a coordinate plane, such as this one. Each point represents one data pair. So this points here contains or is a combination of one data pair, meaning x and y, and with the x-axis showing one variable and the y-axis showing the other. Scatter plots also helps identify patterns, trends, and possible correlations between variables. So there are different types of meanings of scatter plots, such as this one. This scatter plot is ascending, meaning that it is and also not only is it ascending, but the points are close to the line itself, meaning that this scatter plot indicates a high positive correlation, while the bottom part or the below, the scatter plot below is descending, meaning that this scatter plot indicates that it is a negative correlation. But not only that, since the plots themselves are near the line, it indicates a high negative correlation. So what are the real-life applications of linear regression? So the first example of real-life applications of linear regression is predicting sales based on advertising expenditure. So businesses use linear regression in order to forecast sales figures based on their advertising spend, meaning that linear regression is used by businesses in order to predict their sales figures based on their advertising or how much exposure their product has. And secondly, the second application of linear regression rather is estimating house prices from square footage. So real estate professionals apply linear regression to determine property values based on size and other features. What this means is that real estate agents use simulated linear regression in order to determine the price of a property based on the size and other features such as the simplest one, which is a simple linear regression. So the problem says that a company's revenue correlates with advertising spending. The equation y equals 2000 plus 15x models this relationship. So this is our equation for this problem, where x is the advertising cost in thousands. Determine the expected revenue if the company spends 50,000 on advertising. So let us first write the equation, but let us identify first the dependent and the independent variable. So the independent variable here is the advertising spend, since the advertising spend affects the revenue of the company. So meaning that the revenue itself is dependent on advertising spend because revenue is the one who is affected. Meaning that advertising spend is the X. Our equation for this problem is the y equals 2000 plus 15x. It also states here that the company spends $50,000, so meaning that this is the independent variable where we will input this here. But also, we will not directly input this value, since that the problem states that the advertising cost in thousands, meaning that we will reduce this or simplify this into thousands, meaning that we will get the 50,000 and then divide it to 1,000, meaning that the result or the value that we will input in the equation is only 50. So this will be our x value. So simplify the equation, so we will have 2,000 plus 750. 2,000 plus 750 is 2,700. So, or if we put back this by substituting back the 1,000, we will have, or the final answer will be 2,750,000. So we will now proceed to problem number 2. The problem states that a professor discovers that the students' final exam score depends on both the number of hours studied and their midterm score. So if a student studies for 8 hours and score 70 on the midterm, predict their final exam score. So the linear or the regression equation is y equals 25 plus 4x sub 1 plus 0.6 sub 2. So we have here the dependent variable, which is the final exam score, with the independent variable, which are the number of hours studied and their midterm score. Since the problem has two independent variables, we will also add one more, or the equation has one more independent variable in the equation. So the equation is y equals 25 plus 4x sub 1 plus 0.6 x sub 2. So the x sub 1 or the first independent variable 57 plus 42. So y is equal to 57 plus 42 is 99. So this will be the student's final exam score based on the number of hours studied and the student's midterm score. So we will now move to the problem number 3. So the problem number 3 is a company finds that its monthly sales in thousands of pesos depend on the amount of spending on advertising and the number of salespersons hired. If the company spends 30,000 pesos on advertising and hires 8 salespersons, what will be the predicted sales? The equation is y equals 500 plus 20 x sub 1 plus 15 x sub 2. So first, let us identify the independent and the dependent variable. So the independent is the amount spent on advertising and the number of salespersons hired. While the dependent variable is the sales or the monthly sales. So we will now proceed to the solving part. So y equals 500 plus 20 x sub 1 plus 15 x sub 2. So the first independent variable is the 30,000. The company's spent on advertising 30,000. And the second independent variable is the salesperson hired, which will be the 8 salesperson. So just like the previous sample problem or the problem number 2, we will also just substitute these values into the equation. So y equals 500 plus 20 x sub 1 is 30,000 plus 15 times 8. So 20 times 30,000 will be 600,000 plus 15 times 8, which will be 120. So simplify equation. 500 plus 600,000 will be 600,500 plus 120. So the final answer will be, or the predicted sales of the company will be 600,620 pesos. So this will be the predicted sales based on the amount of spending on advertising of the company and the number of salespersons hired of the company. So we will now proceed to problem number 4. So the problem says that a company wants to predict its monthly electricity bill in pesos based on the number of hours its machines are operated. The following data was collected over 6 months. So we already have our independent variable, which is the hours operated, and the dependent variable, which is the electricity bill. So with 120 hours operated, the bill was 500 formula of B, while the formula of A is summation of Y minus B summation of X over N. So in order to find these values of summation of Y and summation of X or summation of X squared, we will just square the values here and the values here also. So first, let's make it equal. Copy first all the values and then proceed to squaring the values of X and Y. So for the second will be X squared. So 120X will be 120 squared will be 14,400. And 150X will be 22,500. 170 squared will be 28,900. And 200 squared will be 40,000. 120 squared, 48,400. And lastly, 250 squared is 62,500. We will also need to get the XY. So we will just multiply 120 to 500 to 5,200, or the multiply X to 1. So 120 times 5,200 will be 624,000, and 100 times 6,500 will be 975,000. 170 times 7,100 will be 1,207,000, and 200 times 8,000 will be 1,600,000, and 220 times 9,200 will be 2,024,000, and lastly 250 times 10,100 will be 2,525,000. So let us first get the summation of each values. So the summation of X is equal to 1,110, while the summation of Y is So the summation of x squared is 216,700, while the summation of xy is 8,955,000. So with all these values that we have already gotten, we will use these values and in order to get the values of b and y, or the values of slope and intercept. We will use the 6, 2, 4, 6. So the n is equal to 6. Let me first put the values of the summations. So value of xy is equal to 8,955,000. So the answer is 53,730,000 minus 1,110 times 46,100. So 1,110 times this will be the value of B. So now that we have come to this final answer or the value of B, we will now use this value in the equation of A in order to get the value of A, and so that we can proceed to the main equation. So let me first put the value of B. 37. So the equation of A is A equals summation of Y minus B times summation of X over N. So summation of Y is 46,100 minus B 37.58 multiplied with the summation of X 1,110 over N, which is 6. Simplify 46,100 minus 37.58 times 1,110 so the answer is 47,713.8 over 6. Simplify the numerator, so 46,100 minus 41,713.8. You'll get the value of 4,386.2 divided by 6. So the final answer will be 4,386.2 divided by 6 is 731.03. So this is the value of A. Now that we both have the A and B and also the X, we can now proceed to getting the main equation or the main answer of the problem. Now that we have the values of A and B, we can now proceed to the main equation. So Y equals A plus B times X. So the value of A is 731.03 plus the value of B is 37.58 times X, which is 190. Let us first simplify the values of the parentheses. So 37.58 times 190 is 7,140.2. So the value of Y, or the predicted electricity bill is 731.03 plus 7,140.2 is the final answer will be 7,871.23. So this will be the predicted electricity of the problem. Now for our last and final problem, or the problem number 5, we have a times x. And we did the maintenance cost if 11 machines are in the operation. So, as you can notice, this problem is similar to the previous problem, which is the problem number 4. So, we will use the general equation, which is y equals a plus b times x. And just like the previous example or problem, the x variable or the independent variable is already given. So we already have the x, which is 11. So we will just need to find the values of a and b, or the slope and the intercept, in order to proceed with the main equation or the main answer of the problem, which is finding a or predicting the maintenance cost of the machines. So firstly, we will first need to find the A. So the formula of A is A equals, we'll first need to find B, since the formula of A needs the B in order to find the slope or the A. So rather than finding A, let's first find B. So B is equal to N times summation of x, y minus summation of x times summation of y over N times x, summation of x squared minus summation of x squared. So to find the N, we will just need to count the number of values in the x and y of the x and y variables, which is 2, 4, 6. So there are 6 pairs, so N is equal to 6. Put N here. So before we can proceed with this equation, we need to find the values of summation of x, y, and also the summation of x and summation of y. So what we will need to do is get the, let's first input the values of x, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, and 15. Now, also write the values of y, 1,000 and 12,000, 15,000, 500, and 20,000, 23,000, 28,500, and lastly 33,000. So the next thing is to find the square or the square values of x squared. So 5 squared is 25, and 7 squared is 49, 10 squared is 100, 12 squared is 144, 15 squared is 225, and 18 squared is 324. Next is the y or y squared. So 12,000 squared is 1. Is 144 million, and 15,500 squared is 250,000, and 20,000 squared is 28,500 square, we have 812 million 250,000. And lastly, the 33,000 square, we have a value of 89 million. So the next or the last thing is to multiply x and y. So x, y. So 5 times 12,000. 5 times 12,000 is 60,000. And 7 times 15,500. 7 times 15,500. We have the value of 108,500. And 10 times 20,000. 10 times 20,000. We have 200,000. And then 12 times 23,000. Value is 276,000. And then 15 times 28,500. Which is 427,500. And lastly, 18 times 33,000. We have 594,000. And then we need to get all the summations of x, y, summation of x, summation of y, and summation of x squared. And lastly, the summation of y squared in order to put the values in the equation. First, let's get the summation of x, y. So 60,000 plus 108,500 plus 200,000 plus 276,000 plus 427,500 and lastly 594,000. We will get this. The summation of x, y is equal to
Moving on, we have the
minus copy the sign minus summation of x 67 squared. So simplify 6 times 1,666,000. 6 times 1,666,000. Value is 906. So we have 9,996,000 minus 67 times 132,000. The value is 8. Value is 8,844,000, and the denominator is 6 times 867. 6 times 867. Value is 5,202 minus 67 squared 4,489. 9,996,000 minus 8,844,000. 9,996,000 minus 8,844,000. So the value is 1,152,000 over 5,200 minus 4,489. 5,202 minus 4,489. We have 713. So divide 1,152,000 divided by 713. So B is equal to 161.57. So this is the B. That's right, this is the B. B is equal to 161.57. Now that we have solved the value of B, we only need to find A in order to find the maintenance cost if 11 machines are in operation. So let's go and solve A. So the formula of A is equal to summation of y over I minus b times summation of x over n. So summation of y is 130,000 minus b is 161.57 times the summation of x, which is 67 over n, which is 6. So simplify, copy 132,000 minus 161.57 times 67. 161.57 times 67. The value is 10,825.19 over 6. 132,000 minus 10,825.19. So we have 10,825.19. So the answer is 1,274.19. value of A is the value of A is 20,195.8 per unit. So this is the value of A. Value of A, 20,195.8. So with all these values that we have solved or we have found, we can now proceed to the main equation in order to find what is the problem is looking for. So now that we have found all these values that is needed, and in the main equation we can now proceed. So y is equal to A, which is 20,195.80. Copy the sign plus B 161.57 times the X, which is 11. Simplify. Copy first this one. So 161.57 times 11. 161.57 times 11, which is 1,777.27. So add these two values, then we will have the final answer for our problem. So 20,195.80 plus 1,777.27. So the final answer is 21,973.07. So this would be the predicted maintenance cost if 11 machines are in operation in problem number 5. So that is all. Thank you.